warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yasunurita. I am from International Business Administration 6B. Well, in this video, I will explain the operation strategy formulation. I will take an example from Spotify. Who doesn't know Spotify? And how can Spotify be global like now? Okay, first, the origins of Spotify. In 2006, Daniel Ek founded Spotify along with Martin Lorenzen, CEO founder of Trade Traveler. The completion took place in Stockholm. Its first official service for streaming music launched in 2008. The company is growing quite quickly, and thousands of people from Sweden consider it the music service they have been looking for all along. Because when using Spotify, users don't need to download every song or album they want to hear. The desired music can be streamed via the internet either via mobile phone or through PC. Currently, Daniel serves as CEO of Spotify, which is responsible for all of his operations and distribution duties. About 10 million users are active on this Spotify application and on database have more than 15 million songs. All of this is available for free for just the cost of hearing ads between his songs. Okay, streaming has been the preferred way of listening to music this decade. It's an $11 billion industry, accounting for 47% of global music industry revenue, and Spotify has been a clear winner globally in terms of paid subscribers, taking over giants such as Apple, Amazon, and Google. Spotify has dominated the global streaming music industry with about 120 million premium subscribers worldwide. Recently, Spotify secured a distribution deal with Joe Rogan and Kim Kardashian West to produce podcasts for the platform. Watch CNBC ins and outs of how Spotify started, how it became an audio leader, and what's coming next. Spotify companies have vision and mission. There is vision of enjoying music at any time, anywhere, and the mission is to give everyone access to music with whatever they want. Okay, this is Spotify marketing strategy. One example is marketing strategy through advertising. There are two types of ads that Spotify has to offer: audio and display ads. Both terms are 2013. So after some songs that have been heard by subscribers, Spotify will include ads that are between 15 seconds to 1 minute long, which ads cannot be paused or skipped on Spotify subscribers, so that advertiser companies can choose which target customer match their curiosity. This is based on Spotify's customer data information. This is only exists in the free subscription option, which is the majority of user of Spotify. Claudia 2012. As for the application that Spotify uses to promote its products, namely Facebook and Twitter, not only use it to promote Spotify, but this application can also get feedback from users to get better product upgrades. The Spotify account integrated on Facebook has 2.4 million likes with an average of one post per day, which contains about bands playing or visiting Spotify office, and playlists for bands that can be heard via Spotify. And on social media, Twitter, the Spotify account has 265,000 followers with an average of 4 to 5 tweets per day. And this is the strategy that makes Spotify successful is: 1. Music catalog, 2. Market leader, 3. Heart start, 4. Global, and 5. Data collection or recommendation, and last, ad supported service. Okay, I think that's all my presentation. I hope you enjoy with my video. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
You know what I think is amazing about Spotify? The music streaming industry has become very competitive. There's at least a dozen popular services. For the rest of the video, I want to identify the reasons behind it in an attempt to explain their success. First off, the music catalog. That was their first big hurdle back in 2006 and remains a huge risk for them today. This relates to what I talked about in the beginning. A core difference between Spotify and Napster and all those other crazy illegal sites is that Spotify pays for the rights to stream the songs. They have to make all these deals with whoever owns the rights to the songs, which in many cases ends up being the record labels. Everything goes through them. The actual artist usually gets paid based on the deals that they have with the record labels, not directly with Spotify. But remember, back in 2006, the industry was a bit of a mess. Illegal downloading was a huge problem, and Spotify provided a potential solution. It was a cheap and easy way for the users to access the music, but still have the labels and artists and everyone else get compensated. The circumstances sort of forced them into making deals with Spotify, and after 2 years of making those deals, they had secured enough European streaming rights to launch their service in Europe. Their growth after the launch made them even more attractive to record labels. They made new deals with Universal, Sony, Warner, and by 2011 they had secured enough US streaming rights, 15 million songs, to launch their service in the US. I'm sure you've heard a bunch of artists speak negatively towards Spotify. Taylor Swift has been vocal about it. Her songs left the service in 2014, but were all put back in 2017. A similar thing with Jay-Z. He actually owns a competing service called Tidal, and even his music is being added to Spotify. I'm not a musical artist myself, so I have no first-hand experience to speak from, but this sort of evidence suggests that from the artist's perspective, they've simply become too big to ignore. So now, strangely, the fact that they are number one is actually accelerating their growth. I guess I'll go ahead and add that as a reason for their success. Here's another one. I've been stepping around it, but they've existed for over a decade. In a way, they were the first of their kind, predating any major competitor that uses this model. For heaven's sake, their biggest competitor, Apple Music, didn't exist until 2015. They had a 7-year head start, a 4-year head start if we're talking about the United States. Actually, in the United States, the two are very similar as far as paid subscribers. Apple Music passed Spotify in April of 2019. The difference comes internationally, which leads into my next reason. Spotify is more focused internationally. Not surprisingly, most of their revenue comes from outside of the US. They started in Sweden, focused solely on Europe for years, and as a result are dominating the international market. How about data collection? In my experience, Spotify is really good at figuring out what you want to listen to. They have this daily mix playlist that I always put on. It's a good way to find new songs and artists while mixing them in with the older ones that you already know. I don't use these others as much, but there's also Discover Weekly and Release Radar. I don't know how it works, but it seems to work, and many people agree that their recommendations are among the best in the industry. I suspect that this may be related to their continued investment in research and development and the fact that they had that jump start in collecting the data and perfecting their system. They claim that about a third of all music heard on Spotify is from one of these personalized playlists. This next reason I've been kind of saving because I think it might be the biggest. It's their free option. It's got to be the biggest difference from Apple Music. Let me just talk about it from personal experience. Spotify has this option where you can listen to everything they have to offer for free.